Last time on Total Party Guild. I'm not gonna dress like a poor person.
Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Oh. You are awarded silver rank.
Oh, dude, we're part of the guild now.
I have my lawyer with me.
If you're ready, why don't you go look at the board downstairs and pick a quest? Welcome, heroes! I'm Jeremy, and I'll be DMing this story of Total Party Guild, a weekly retro-wave-inspired modular live play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. This week, the guild will be sending out...
Sean, and I play singer, Gentle Rains.
Justin, and I play Stennel Bjornson.
I'm Vanessa Otero playing Jewel von Onyx, human bard.
And last time we left off, our adventurers were just leaving the city of West Bank from the Adventurers Guild off to hunt wyverns in Machair Abbey. Will they make it through this perilous quest? We'll find out. We cut to our adventurers on the road heading south towards Machair Abbey, almost on the way. The ride south has been beautiful, gorgeous, mostly along the seaside. They've met other travelers and merchants on their way north towards West Bank, and maybe had a good story or two to tell over a campfire with traveling merchants. They get into the farmland towards the Machair. The rolling hills of flowers filled with dozens and dozens of livestock, sheep, cows, alpacas, llamas. Not so many crops, a few orchards about. The sea breeze wisps through their hair, their beards, as Stennel runs his fingers through them.
Really does some good things for my the curls. You get that the ocean air in your hair, and it just like you get beach hair.
Mm-hmm.
Like full body.
Yeah.
A lot of volume.
Don't need hairspray.
I just like flicking my hair back and letting it go in the wind.
The weather has started to take a turn for the worse. It's sprinkling, drizzly, windy. The wildflowers in the fields sway back and forth violently. And the adventurers come over a hill, and they can hear sheep bang screaming down maybe a quarter mile on the road on a farm.
Is that normal, or
you hear a man? You hear a man shouting something incoherent as it echoes over the wind.
I mean, not normally. Normally they do that when there's problems.
Oh.
I don't know. We've met a sheep that was a man, but these sound like sheep that are sheep.
Have we, though?
What kind of adventures have you been on, Stennel? The cart driver says.
This one was before your time.
You look up. You see the flock of maybe 40, 50 sheep, the mass of white fluff, running towards a fence line and taking a sharp turn away. And then in the sky, you see a little flying something, and then a line of neon miasma come out of its mouth and sweep across the sheep, and you hear the deathly bleats, and then it swoops into the ground.
Ugh.
How big is this thing that we're looking at from this distance here?
It doesn't look very big.
It doesn't look very big, so it looks kind of small. Okay.
Yeah, and it wasn't very high up when it let that miasma.
Okay.
It's like a speck in the sky shooting off lasers.
Right. That would worry me.
I think we're here.
Yeah.
The cart driver. The cart driver like pulls on the reins and he says, "I think this is a bad idea, guys.
Just move out of the way and we'll take it from here.
We're professionals.
I'm not going to run all the way. And then, come on, scoot over."
I like clean off my badge or my the pin that indicates we're Adventurers Guild. Like, yeah, we're professionals. Professionals.
Spit shine.
Yeah.
I want to like take the reins from him if he's not.
No, he just lets you. He's like stunned and shocked, and he just kind of hands them to you while he like 1,000-yard stares at whatever's going on.
Maybe we should just walk the rest of the way and let him turn around.
Gently push him. Like, you should get off the cot now.
And like he pulled it slow enough. He doesn't like let his eyes leave whatever's going on, and he reaches back and grabs his bag and slides off the side of the cart and steps down. And he says, "Please bring my horses and cart back." And then he goes to the side of the road and kind of like ducks down behind a fence post.
No promises.
And you're off.
Yes.
Have you ever driven a cart before?
Probably.
Singer?
Maybe.
Maybe. Give me a basic handle animal check.
Okay. Let's see. Do I have any stats in that? Nope. So 18.
18.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty happy with that roll.
So you're a natural. And and the cart takes off down the road at full pace. It's a bumpy ride for Jewel and Stennel.
Man, what are you doing? Have you ever driven a cart before?
Maybe.
Hey.
But within a few minutes, you're getting down to where that white, like woolly mass is. And within about 200 feet, you see it. You see a small wyvern take off from the ground. And it's about as big as you are. With all the stories you've heard about wyverns, they're huge. They're gigantic. But this one's small. And its wings like are topped by like grabby, sharp claws. It has an overly long tail that hangs up above it like a scorpion. And when it flies, it waves behind it and it takes off towards the sea.
Did it have anything in its clutches? Did it take the sheep with it, or?
Give me a perception check.
All right. That's a 20.
With your killer eyesight, you see it has a ring with like a dull purple glow around its neck. And all of its talons are bloody and dripping, and it has some fluff hanging out of its maw.
But it didn't take anything with it.
It's in its stomach already.
I don't think we're saving that sheep. I think that one's gone.
All right. Well, so I'll just kind of like steer the cart over towards
Mhm.
where all of the other sheep are,
Yeah.
since it's gone.
Yeah. So you pull up to the fence line on the right side of the road. There's about 6 dead sheep in a row. 4 of them are just like fried, like they're dipped in acid. And 2 of them have been munched on with guts all over the place.
Ugh.
Gross.
Does anyone remember hearing a story about them spewing that before? That doesn't seem right, does it? They're not dragons, right? That's.
They're wyverns. They're like dragon kin, right?
I mean, yes, but I thought, I don't know, that seems weird.
I've never seen a wyvern do that, but I haven't seen a lot of wyverns. So
Oh.
It looked pretty. I don't want to see any more of it.
What part of that was pretty?
All the colors.
From
Oh.
its mouth, or?
Yeah, and the it was
like a light show. You pay
Yeah.
a lot of money for that kind of thing in Bantham.
You're all insane.
You just need to get out more.
Perhaps. Let's look at the sheep. Maybe we can find clues or something.
And the sheep.
Looks like it's fried.
Oh, maybe there's like wyvern teeth in there.
I mean, what kind of clues are we going to find from a dead sheep? We saw the wyvern kill something.
Yes, let's look for that.
Look for the something that got killed.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. This is my first time doing this. What do we do now?
I'm already investigating the sheep guts.
Aren't we supposed to just check in with somebody at the Abbey?
You know, it's been
yeah,
a few days. I
report
don't
to
actually
Abram
remember.
Hazel at Machair Abbey.
Ah,
He's the minister. He's older, pudgy, flat eyebrow, singular. Receding widow's peak.
got a very good description of him from whoever it was we got a description of.
I think we saw a picture.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Stennel, you hop off the cart and go dig around in sheep guts. And it just looks like any other wild animal kill that you've seen, except they've been burned with acid.
Ugh.
So they're melty and goopy, and
Is it safe to touch?
when you tap it, it like tingles, and it's a little painful and irritating, but
Okay. Does it smell bad? Like with the melty stuff?
I mean, it smells like
Burnt.
sheep bowels.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, if it's there's going to be a distinct difference between sheep bowels and like burnt, melting, dissolved sheep bowels. Maybe that's too much information. Do I find any like discarded teeth?
No.
Nah. I come back to the cart, wipe my hands off on my pants.
You see anything?
Nah, nothing more than what you'd expect. Just boring sheep guts.
What about Prince?
Well, I mean,
It was flying.
I don't see any royalty out here.
No, not princes. Prince. Like
Right.
when it
Yeah,
landed
no,
on the
I
ground,
don't.
it looked like normal claw marks, or
Footprints.
Oh. I'll go back and look.
Give me a survival check.
Looks like a halfling's been through here.
Dirty 20.
Oh, nice. You guys are rolling well.
Yeah.
At least a start.
Because I haven't made any checks yet.
we're not in combat. That's
Yeah. Now that you've gone over and You're paying attention to things that aren't just bloody sheep gut. You notice in the dirt, it looks like a quadruped when it landed. So it didn't land on 2 feet. And there's very, very deep claw marks in the soil.
Deeper than you'd expect from something our sized?
I mean, has Stennel run across a wyvern before?
No.
So you don't really have any frame of reference.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'll come back and I'll relay that. My the quadruped thing, the deep claw marks, the lack of a frame of reference. Like I've never seen this kind of stuff before.
Well, interesting. I mean, we got to see the initial creature, it looks like. Did you guys notice the weird ring around its neck?
The what?
I didn't.
Yes. Did you all happen to notice the collar or something? There was something around it that was like a ring shape and it was glowing.
What color?
I don't remember. That happened so long ago.
It was a very, very light lavender.
I believe it was a
Whatever.
very, very light lavender.
Oh.
Oh.
Hmm.
Were you seeing things again?
Was the
I don't feel like I was seeing things again.
beam that shot out of it the same color?
No, the miasma was like a neon green.
A clue.
Just for reference, when the miasma shot out of the thing's mouth, was it like in a cloud or a cone, or did it shoot from it,
was a
forward,
beam.
or did it go like around?
It was a line.
It was a line. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right. Cool.
It was like it was projectile vomiting.
Okay. Cool. So for reference, when we do run across this thing in the natural world, we probably shouldn't stand in a line then.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, I do now. Like before, I was thinking it was a cloud of some kind because apparently that I was hallucinating.
Yeah. No, that's good advice. Thank you. I'm
Right.
so glad you're leading this team.
Oh, all right.
Is he?
Well,
Is he not?
thank you for the vote of confidence.
I feel like the horses are leading the team.
The wind picks up heavy and kind of rocks the cart a little.
And
The rain picks up slightly.
rain's coming down. I do have a concern. Beyond just the weird neon green blech. I don't fly.
Yeah.
How are we gonna
Well, we did buy a bunch of nets before we
Mhm.
came out here. So,
Yeah, so where are we gonna do this? Oh, are we gonna go to that abbey?
Yes.
right.
Ah.
But what I was going to wave at the man who was standing, and you can come back now. It's safe. He left.
He's down the road a little ways.
We don't need him, do we?
No.
This is his card.
He'll
I
be
feel
fine.
like,
And he was hired by the guild.
right. I mean, I feel like we should at
Make a
least
note of
return his
that
stuff.
tell
Make a note of that.
Tell the guild leaders that their contractors aren't up to snuff.
Well, he's not paid to.
He was hired by the guild to escort us to Machair Abbey.
I don't believe that. He was just supposed to bring us in the cart as close as possible, right?
Is he walking towards us
No,
or
he's
is he walking away?
Walking away.
Well, no. So he just was a ways away when he got off,
Mm.
and he is begrudgingly walking towards the cart. But it's going to take him a little while, and it's raining. And he looks miserable. He has a slumped posture. And he's trying to shield his face from the rain with his hood.
Yeah, and I'll yell, if you move faster, then we can get inside quicker.
The faster that you run, the less rain that can hit you.
I kind of want to get in the cart and make the horse move a little bit and then stop. And, I'm
He
not
goes
going
get
to,
in.
but I really want to do that.
He goes to get in and you,
Yeah. I'm not going to, but I really want to.
Yeah.
Well, I'll wait till he gets inside and then
Ye
we can
oldest
take off.
joke in the book.
Yeah.
I'm writing in my notes, guy that owns horses sucks.
Should we pull
No,
around and
Milo.
pick him up? Let's pull the cart around. That'll be faster.
I feel like it's going to be real hard to maneuver a cart and horses on this medieval ass janky coastal road.
I'm going to give it a try.
This is
So the
how I
road's
die.
actually pretty wide. It's just like rolling hills and field, and it's just acreage. And
It's wet.
I'm going to wheel it around and go back and get him.
It's going to be like when you drive to the ocean and you get stuck. You have to rock back and forth.
handle animals.
this should be a really quick 2-sentence thing, but
It's
we're really
also an 18.
Nice.
I know. I love this die. It's my favorite die.
well
Yeah.
done.
Till combat rolls around and it's ones.
You wheel the cart around and drive the horses to him, and he just hops in and shakes his cloak off, and
I'm going to scoot over and give him back the reins.
man, he just takes them and sits down, and he goes, What was that?
Who knows?
Wyvern.
Probably.
Pretty sure.
I throw
That's
an
what we've
arm
been
around his
contracted
shoulder.
to take care of.
I'm like, that is payday, buddy.
And he goes, it looks like I need to drop you off and get out of here.
How are we
And
supposed to get back to West Bank?
hire another cart, he says.
Like Milo.
I'm telling.
I don't say that out loud. I'm just making note of it in my log. Hard log.
So he whips the reins and you guys take off down the road at a quicker pace.
I think Stennel was better at this. Or sorry, Singer was better at this.
I don't remember my own name.
Cut that. Cut that.
Make a note of the time.
So it's not too long as you go up and over some muddy hills through the fields by a nice looking little apple orchard before you see the dinky little town of Machair Abbey. It's a one strip town. On the right side, there's 4 buildings. One of them is a pretty large but archaic looking church. On the left side, there's a couple houses and one really big barn. And it has a big sign on the side that kind of stands out from everything. And it says auction house.
We have
Cool.
money. We could spend the next 2 hours at auction.
You practice your auction voice?
I did not.
351, 441, 441, 441, 5.
Hey, Stennel's our auctioneer.
Oh, hey. Audition.
He pulls up to the center of the strip and says, "We're here. Anything else before I take off?" He asks.
Nope. Good day. Have fun. Gentle rains.
I hope so.
I get all my gear out of the back and who are we looking for again?
Abram Hazel at Machair Abbey.
Abram Hazel.
Sounds old.
Old and pudgy.
It's an old person's name.
Got one eyebrow.
It's the kind of name they give you once you turn 60.
You were born with the Bible.
You're Abram now.
You went from Abraham to Abram. Is that what happened?
Yeah, sure.
Ah.
Or, yeah, like, I don't know, Ryan. That's a young person's name.
Ryan Stiles.
Oh, I thought you said Orion, and I was like, "What?"
And
Yeah.
he still looks young.
Okay.
What religion is this?
Paylor.
Halor. Oh, those guys again.
Huh.
Halor is a popular god among the good folk.
Well, they just don't know any better.
You're going to go save them?
We are, yes.
Please accept my chaotic neutral god.
So, standing outside of the church, I mean, it looks like the building's older and it's mostly been maintained. The roof has a couple spots that need patching. It looks like the salt air has just really done a number on most of the buildings here.
No one standing outside.
No, it's rainy and windy.
Right. I guess I'll go up and knock.
When you knock, it just kind of gently opens.
I guess I will gently open the door. Hello. And
Singer, don't break and
Hello?
enter.
I'm not.
Can
It's
you break
a
and
church.
enter in a church?
Hello.
Inside, it looks a little dilapidated, but it's clean. There are 3 rows of pews on either side, and all are straight ahead. There's a average size blonde woman in like dirty gray robes sweeping in the far right corner. She has shoulder length, shaggy blonde hair, and she's just kind of humming to herself. There's stained glass with the sun behind the altar itself. And there's some plants down below in front of the stained glass on the shelf. And a pretty large man, middle-aged, is watering them with a watering can. There is a younger kid wearing a set of gray robes that look nice. They're not dirty or dingy like the girl in the corner. They're more kept, but he has tan skin, black hair, and very like sharp gold eyes. And he's just talking to an older woman that's quietly sobbing in her hands in the front row of the pew. And you hear echo really clearly. It's besides the wind howling against the side, you just hear her say, "They took all of our livestock. They ate them all." And he's just saying they're there really softly and like giving her a really light hug.
Can I walk up to her other shoulder?
So when you walk in, the doors creak and your footsteps echo throughout, and everyone inside turns to look at who's coming into the church. The old lady kind of like looks and then down on her hands and quiets herself and starts wiping the tears off her cheeks. And the younger kid kind of like shields her like despair from you guys, like sits down and like huddles with her. The blonde girl just smiles and keeps doing her chores, and the bigger pastor turns and somewhat loudly says, "Oh, visitors, welcome. Come in. What brings you to the abbey?"
I wave.
Wyverns.
Gentle Rains, is there an Abram Hazel here?
With despair in his voice. He was out tending to some of the villagers' buildings, and the Wyverns came and the church called me out here to take his place a couple weeks ago.
Did you know he put a deposit down with the guild in West Bank to take care of the Wyverns?
Yes, I've been expecting you for a while.
Well, here we are.
Oh.
Our horsemen got cold feet, if you will, and wanted to turn around, so maybe it took us a little longer than we should have. It's like 5 minutes off course.
He says, "I'm sorry. Come inside. Don't let any more of the heat out. Warm yourselves. Dry yourselves off."
So when they got him, like, did they carry him away?
Facepalm a little bit.
He just looks really confused and kind of disturbed. And he's a bigger man. He's like 6'2", pretty broad. And he has kind of that stone face where he's got like a big jar head, and his skin has like that little rippled effect. Like he's a stronger big guy. And his robes fit him a little tight, but he walks like he kind of likes it that way. And he walks down the couple steps from the altar towards the party, lifts his right hand, and he just says, "This way, please."
Yep. My boots are definitely making like that walking down a hollow wall clicking noise.
The woman of power noise.
Yeah. My power boot.
Yeah. And there's a small little like office meeting room where there's just a desk, a chair, and like a love seat with one chair. And a small fire going in a fireplace. There's one bookshelf that's kind of sparse. It's modest, but it's nothing to write home about. The wind's howling outside and the fire's crackling. He sits down behind his desk. "Take a seat. I'll fill you in."
Let her sit down.
Mhm.
And I'm Singer, and you are?
Oh, sorry. My name is Pastor Everson. Or Tobias, if you're not faithful.
Tobias it is then.
Well, we welcome all kinds here.
I'm a doctor, but you don't have to call me doctor if you don't believe in vaccines.
Oh my goodness.
Damn.
That's a good one.
Gotta cut that out.
We gotta leave that one in.
Oh, yeah. But
So, a little bit about what's going on here. It sounds like this has been going on for a while now.
I've heard some conflicting things in my short time here, but it seems it's been going on for a month to 2 months, and it's only gotten worse. Some of the farmers say that they've seen the wyverns flying up and down the coast. Others they've seen them nesting in an old lighthouse not too far south from here. One thing's for sure, those things are causing a ruckus in the community.
Roughly how many did they see?
At any given time, I've heard up to 3.
And are they all roughly the same size as we encountered?
And he says, yeah, they're all man size. I mean, I'm not sure.
Small?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's handy.
Do they all have those weird lavender collars that we saw on the one?
And he looks puzzled at you. A what? They have collars?
The one that we saw had like a ring around its neck that was purple and it blew out green miasma.
Oh, yeah, they spew acid.
Mm.
And he shakes his head, and then he leans back. Collars. Huh. Are you sure they had a collar?
Do I believe him?
Sense motive?
Insight check. Fifth
It's like
edition.
sense motive.
Yeah, same thing.
16.
Nice.
Yeah, he seems pretty up and up.
All right. I'm sorry. He's not a part of my religion, and so never really can tell if they're telling the truth or not.
Singer, be nice. Ish.
No, he seems generally concerned, and he looks relieved and thankful you're here.
Well, 3 of them, 3 of us.
Oh,
No
one
problem.
apiece. Oh, that sounds great.
He says they did send a recruit from Perth right before I came.
Oh, wow. That's a ways away.
So as a DM, Machair Abbey's kind of in the middle.
Oh, it's like south of West Bank for some reason.
Yeah,
I think
south
we're
of West
going
Bank and like northwest of Perth.
And what happened to them?
He says, I think they sent 3 or 4 people. I mean, obviously they're unsuccessful, so they either gave up and went home, or it was hard to get a story from the farmers.
I see. And they've been just eating the sheep then, I take it?
And the people.
And the people.
Occasionally
Pastures.
the people, but mostly the livestock. They've been devastating the flocks.
Mm.
A lot of the farmers have been leaving the abbey,
I see.
been taking their flock and going north towards the halfling lands.
Huh.
Okay. Well, do you have any insight as to their patterns when they eat, usually where they are seen heading?
I don't think anyone's seen them in the stronger winds.
Okay.
And would this be considered the stronger winds at this current time?
We're getting there, he says.
We're getting there. So they might be out right now, but definitely later on, not so much.
Yeah, I can't imagine tonight they're going to be flying around with it sounds like a storm's coming.
You know where they're located, where they nest? Oh, the lighthouse.
Yeah, the
right?
lighthouse. I
The
believe
lighthouse.
is what. Yep. And that's south of us.
Yeah, just a ways. If you follow the road south, you can't miss it.
You'd say maybe half hour, an hour tops.
By horse or walking?
Walking.
Maybe 2.
2 hours. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
we've got a plan.
Stennel, is your plan to just go there and then attack?
Yes.
Well, no. We got those nets, right? We're going to net them, then attack.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. That was my plan. Yes.
Good. All right.
All on the same page then.
Easy.
Piece of cake.
The pastor says the lighthouse, before it was a lighthouse, I think it was an old defensive position, and it's kind of in the water. You have to take a rowboat. He cuts himself off.
Really?
I don't want to swim.
We have to carry a rowboat for 2 hours and then use the rowboat to get to the lighthouse.
Is there a rowboat nearby?
Normally there's one on the beach.
No, normally.
I mean, I haven't been down there in a while.
Right.
Wyverns understand
I can row a boat.
common?
That's a very good question.
Like dragons understand common.
right. We should ask
From
them
the
when
stories
we
I've
see
heard.
them.
Wait, are wyverns smart? Are they intelligent?
Give me a knowledge nature check.
14. I like these dice. Those with my -1.
You've heard stories about them being trained. You don't know if they speak. You don't think they speak.
Horses can be trained.
So what you're saying is they're as smart as horses.
Dogs can be trained, right?
Yes, but dogs are very smart.
Men can be trained.
I mean,
I've seen
Oh.
it. I would agree with that statement.
that's not true. As you like hide the clicker you've been using on Stennel this whole
Been
time.
conditioning Stennel.
You're just training the badger.
Yeah.
Like sit and I sit down. Yeah, okay. Well, we can walk for 2 hours in the rain and then take your rowboat. I'm glad we're getting paid for this.
We're not getting paid by the hour. We're getting paid by the job, though.
But you know what? Oh yeah, we should probably leave soon.
Do you accept tips?
But I don't.
You put a hat on the ground.
Yeah.
Jewel starts busking.
Yeah. I'm a scat buster.
Scat
Busker.
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 You should coin that.
A scat busker.
Scat busk.
That's kind of
Yeah.
Scat busker.
Something monkeys also do.
Easy. We were trying to keep it clean for the kids.
Are we?
No.
Oh, I'm not. No.
Oh, are we not?
No.
Awesome.
I'm just trying to not swear as much.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna walk over to the big guy and I'm gonna reach up and I'm gonna like pat him on the leg.
Why are you
Like,
And he just
"It's
looks
okay."
at you like
Why does
kind
he
of concerned,
do
but
that?
No,
nice.
I'm just saying it's okay. We're gonna help. We're gonna get your Abram guy back. We're gonna get your old man. It's
I
gonna
Abram's
be.
I don't think we're gonna get him back. He's
Oh.
He was taken, right?
no, Abram
you
died.
misunderstood when he said taken.
Oh, I
He
don't.
was- his life
He was taken too early.
Yes.
It's what they say to soften a death at funerals.
Oh,
Taken.
well then.
Death-wise.
Like taken from us.
By death. Taken by literal death.
It's okay. Stennel cannot misunderstand.
Then we
We'll get him back. And he's just like, okay, buddy. Okay, little bud.
That was what I was going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was him misunderstanding.
Yeah.
This whole conversation was us explaining to Stennel, not Justin.
Yeah, but I realized, like at the end, it felt like he was explaining it to Justin.
Right.
And I was like, hang on.
Yeah.
No. Then, if we can't save him, then we'll be damn sure to avenge him. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm sorry. The theme for Jurassic Park ran through my head right
That-
there.
yeah, I was-
not
didn't-
like
I couldn't think of the Avengers theme at first.
yeah.
So I went straight to
It
Jurassic
happens.
Park. Da-na-na.
No, don't copyright us.
Crap. Band slap.
So he says, we have a few cots here if you need a place to stay. I don't think you should go out while it's stormy. And it was midday rolling in.
Well, I mean, if they don't come out when the winds are high,
Yes,
at least we're not going to be attacked by wyverns on the way
it's
to
a
attack the
good
wyverns.
opportunity to scout it out. When you say stormy, are we saying like a whole bunch of lightning and wind and so forth?
Often.
Often.
You should feel right at home.
Right, exactly. This is no big deal. Deal with this all the time.
I've sailed through storms worse than this. Let's go.
I mean,
Jewel in a storm.
I take a look at my boots.
Every adventure.
Take the muddiest path you can find.
well, it'll be on the road. I'm sure that it'll be muddy, just as is.
Continuing his sentence, he says, if you don't want to stay in a cot and want some food, the Black Sheep across the street normally has a room or two. It's just our little community hall. If you need any wares, Class Smithy next door. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of weapons out here, but if you need anything, they might be able to help you out.
I believe we're well supplied right now.
Nuts.
Yes, and nets.
What are our nets made out of?
Rope.
Is that going to be a problem?
With what?
We just saw them melt a sheep.
Hmm.
Anything that'll slow them down for a round or two.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Yeah, let's
Hmm.
we at least pop in the shop, give them a wave, see what's on the menu.
If they got harpoon.
He went to all this trouble to make this town. Just poke around in it.
Fine, you can go and play in the shop if you want. I'm going to go grab a beer.
Well, a lot of people are dying, so there's probably good stuff at the auction.
That's excellent. Yes. Let's check out the auction.
Can't believe you out loud in front of this priest here.
He's new. It's not like they're
Yeah.
his friends and family.
And
Oh
he's just kind of staring at the top of his desk, and he looks like he's biting his tongue.
This man was sent by his god to take care of this flock of people. He's obviously failing, so it's going to hurt him on the inside.
I'm gonna slowly and gently usher them both out.
And
When
he's
Stennel's
just
the-
like staring at. He's biting his tongue and just smiling through it.
Let's okay. Come on,
I can't
everybody.
believe you would say such hurtful things
Let's
in front
get
of men.
I seem to remember you suggesting we chop somebody's arms off to free them from chains once.
That was a hastily decision, and I have now come to understand my poor choice of words.
Poor choice of thoughts.
So
I mean,
as
whatever.
Stennel is ushering you into the main area,
Yep.
you start loudly talking about chopping somebody's arm off, and
Adventure life.
and the darker skinned man and the old lady both look up very concerned, and like her cheeks are wet, and he just has like a really grumpy looking look on his face.
Well, we didn't do it.
I'm gonna walk towards the old lady.
And she looks very worried the closer you get to her.
I know.
Approaching
But
everybody.
I'm very concerned. I'm concerned for her, and I want her to understand. Like, I get to a distance where she's not running from me yet, and I'm just like, it's okay. We're gonna avenge the old man. We're here to do that.
And she just looks confused.
I understand you're upset about him,
The younger guy just lifts his hand up like a stop.
Don't hug them, Stennel.
and I'm gonna hold my hand up like near his, as if he was like doing a gesture. Be like, back
Oh,
at you,
man.
buddy. All right, we got you, and we'll leave.
We are the worst.
Inspiration.
We are the worst people.
That was very in character for Stennel.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So where are you headed?
I'm gonna go to the bar because I don't need to buy anything.
The Black Sheep.
Do you want to check out the auction with me?
Sure.
Awesome.
All right.
Have fun.
What's in the
Bye.
auction?
Okay.
Bye.
So you two head to the auction house. It's a big, oversized barn, and the ground outside is pretty muddy. Stennel looks because Jules' boots. It has a door that's kind of like a built-on shack house on the side of the barn. That's the main entry, and it has a welcome sign above it.
Feel welcome.
Very welcoming.
All right. Well, is it open like to the public?
Yeah.
I'll push on in. That's the welcome sign, right?
Yeah, there's a window in the door, and it's lit inside like candlelight, and a crackling fire, and inside there's a middle-aged woman with like big frizzy black hair and kind of like a small button nose, and she's small framed, and she looks like she's just filling out papers on a desk.
This is a really small auction.
So you walk inside and say that?
Yeah.
And she looks
Small
up
town.
and quaintly says, "Well, the auction is in the barn. This is just the office. What can I help you with?"
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know. Are you guys auctioning anything interesting today?
She says, "We've mostly been shut down for a little while now. Too many of the farmers are leaving town," she says. "We're actually thinking about closing at the auction house."
Oh, well, what can you tell us about like the problems around here? Can you tell us about the Wyverns, or have they eaten your family?
She grimaces and then notices Jules' pin. Her eyes kind of lock on it, your guild pin. And
sorry, I'm Stennel. Hi, this is Jewel
mhm.
in the muddy boots. We're here to help.
Got my boots.
My name's Sadie. I don't know really what goes out in the fields and orchards too much. We mostly just kind of stay here in town, and we auction off the livestock for the farmers to people that come through town, mostly from Perth, but sometimes from West Bank. And we just sell the livestock off.
You don't sell like items and stuff.
I mean, we have some stuff, and she points to the wall, and there's just like rope and tools and horseshoes and hammers and pry bars and
Any nets?
a small fishing net.
Is there anyone selling livestock right now?
I mean, we don't have an auction planned for a couple weeks when some of the Perthians come up.
Darn. I think we could have really used a livestock.
A livestock.
Oh, like a trap,
Like a
a
sheep.
bait,
Like-
bait.
Yes. See?
I'm sure if you have some money and just want to ask a farmer or two, they'd be obliged to sell you something.
Oh, that's right. That could. You're not here.
Nothing that looks like it might be of specific use or that we don't already have. No harpoons.
Nothing that's
No
labeled.
ballistas.
Yeah.
No ballistas. No
You have
harpoons.
Batista?
There's some fishing rods.
Okay. But no harpoons. Okay.
No,
There isn't a
sorry.
contingent of soldiers on the wall. Okay.
There's some bags of feed.
I'm looking for a bottle that's labeled like
Health potion.
acid resistance
We have a couple.
in clear. Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Oh, did I write it down?
I think we bought 4. We took 4.
I don't remember.
They had 4, so we took all of them. We're like, we'll just bring back whatever we don't use.
They're not in my inventory.
Finger might have taken them.
Well, Sadie, I'm sorry to hear about your livestocks and your auctions. We're gonna try and help. We're gonna fix this. It's what we do.
It's 2 base healings and 4 anti-venoms because of the poison tail,
Oh.
not
Acid
anti-acid.
resist.
Yeah,
Antacid.
yeah, not
Antacid.
antacid.
Potion of
Pepto-Bismol.
Tums. Oh,
So yeah,
All right.
you should look for that potion. Is what I'm saying.
At the auction.
Yeah.
well, let's
sure.
go to the shop then.
Okay.
They close this
Well,
down.
Thank you, Sadie. Hopefully we'll be able to kill some wyverns and you can get business back in business.
Yeah, I hope so too. I'm thankful for you being here.
You know, we do what we can.
And you head back into the store.
We're the best at what we do. Graceful reigns. And I look at Jewel and I'm like, I nailed it.
I just nod back with affirmation.
All right, Singer at the Black Sheep.
Mhm.
So you walk into the community hall. It's not really a bar. It's just like the one place you can get cooked food and drink. The place is kind of small. It's 2 stories. They just have, it's not even a bar. It's a desk, a fireplace off to the right. It's a hearth with like a seating arrangement in front of it. They have like a small stand with a few books lined up, a big clay potted plant that's sitting right under the window. And they have 4 tables. One guy at the desk just sitting in a chair reading a book. And then there's one pair of people in there eating a mediocre cooked meal. It just looks like lamb, mutton, and roasted apples with no spices. There's stairs to the left that head up, and when you walk in, the 3 people in there look. The people eating the meal look a little bit longer and then go back to eating. And the guy over at the desk goes back to his book and flips a page, and he says, "What can I help you with, stranger?" And keeps reading.
Gentle Rains, my name is Singer, and I am looking for a pot of ale.
Stands up with his eyes still on his little book. He nods and he puts it face down with the book open, and he goes and gets you like a clay tankard and fills.
Fantastic. That's not good for books. Regardless, whatever. It's fine.
He just looks.
It's fine. Yeah.
So the man
It's
himself, he's bald, but it looks like he has like that kind of speckled black horseshoe shape where he shaves his head. And he's got a big crooked nose, and he kind of looks like an overweight turkey. And he's got an apron on, and he's got like a Bob's Burgers outfit going on, some slacks that are kind of dirty, like a bluish shirt. He gets you the tankard and says, I've read this book a few times already.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. And he hands you the tankard.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I pay the man.
What do you pay him?
I take out 2 copper and put it on the table.
And he shakes his head no.
No. Oh, I take out 2 more copper and I put it on the table.
And he takes it.
Awesome. There we go. How long have you been in town, my friend?
He looks up at the ceiling and then sits back down. He's thinking. He says, "I think my family moved here when I was 10 or 11, so 30 something odd years."
That's quite a long time that you've been here. So you would know then, I suppose, the lay of the land and so forth?
And he nods.
Fantastic.
Just mostly.
Mostly. Good. I hear you're having troubles with wyverns recently.
He lifts his book up and starts reading, and he says, "That's why I think you're here, right?"
Oh, indeed. Yes. I'm definitely here for wyverns. Yes. We're going to take care of them. When we do, what do you think the result will be?
He says, "Hopefully the farmers will quit moving out."
That would be good. Yes. Any particular farmers that have stuck it around? Just, I'm going to stay here regardless.
There's a couple old timers.
That's good. Any new faces in town?
The priest seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
That kid he's got with him seems nice as well.
The kid came with him?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, protege or something.
I'm sure. Yes, that happens all the time.
I think I saw a Perthian pop into the smithy.
Oh, a Perthian. I see. Yes.
But nothing too out of the normal. Perthians come up here all the time to buy the livestock and apples. And
brisk trade in apples then. Ah, fantastic. Yes. So besides the wyverns, nothing else out of the ordinary then?
No, he shakes his head no.
It's been pretty quiet otherwise.
And he nods, still staring at his book.
Oh, interesting. Wyverns, they're common around this area?
He shakes his head no. And then he says, "No, it's just been the past few months."
Sure. Any idea where they came from?
No, one of them just took out a few cows one day and sent the town into a panic. Kirik and Kayla called in some carpenter to start building overhangs as a way to guard the livestock a little bit.
At their farm, I take it? And then the wyverns keep coming back?
Yeah, they just hit them when they're in the field.
Gotcha. So Kirik and Kayla, they left that night?
No, they're the smithy.
Oh, I see. So they had livestock and also a smithy.
And they've been helping people put those lean-tos up.
I see. Have you seen that have any sort of positive effect? It stops the wyverns from eating anything?
I mean, if the livestock are under it, it'll stop it a little bit, but I focus more just here in my little hall.
And obviously no wyverns in the hall. That would be terrible.
I hope it stays that way.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. No wyverns in the hall.
Are you trying to jinx some singer?
No. No. I hold no ill will to this man.
Would be a real shame if
something came in here and melted your hall down. No, not anything about that at all. No. All right. Well, that's pretty much all the questions that I had to ask. And besides what you're reading,
A Tale of Two Swallows.
Oh, yes, I've heard all about that one.
Oh, you have?
Sure.
And he winks at you.
All right, then. Well, I'm going to take this ale and find me a chair over that way. And do you have rooms here, or?
We got 2 upstairs extra.
Good. We might need those, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to go find a table and wait for my companions to come back.
Our other 2 heroes are checking out the smithy.
Yeah, it's basically the only place to buy stuff other than the auction.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Does it sound like a smith? Does it smell like a smithy?
It smells like a smithy. It's sooty.
City. We're in the
Mhm.
right place.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go check it out.
It's a 1-story building. And it's just kind of dingy. The wind is howling through the causeway between the two buildings. Here, like the fire bellows going inside. And when you open the door, there is a dwarf just stoking the bellows of the forge, but he doesn't have anything actively going. To the left, there's a red-haired human woman stirring something in a pot.
Hi.
Well, you just go in.
Push
Yeah.
my way in.
Yeah. And the wind blows the door in. He immediately yells, "Come in here and get out of the cold. Close the door. Come on."
Oh, come on. We weren't born in a barn.
No, I wasn't.
Just because I spent my formative years in a barn. All right. So close the door.
You head inside, and on the right wall, there's horseshoes and tools, hatchets, like wood cutting axes, pretty much anything a farmer or construction worker, carpenter, stonemason would need. There's not really anything in the way of weapons. He's just a farm town smithy.
Yeah, but we don't have potions at a smithy.
There's some C-grade ale in bottles, some kind of fresh-looking produce, mostly apples and lettuces and broccolis and
They got
in
like
baskets.
the cool different colored broccolis.
Yeah, sure.
Find it at farmer's market.
Or that spiral broccoli.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's
nice.
like Chinese broccoli or something.
Do they have ghost broccoli?
I don't know what that is.
like white broccoli.
Cauliflower.
No.
Oh.
It's the departed broccoli.
Yeah, dead coral broccoli.
Yeah. Oh. That's gross and sad.
Yes, they have some cauliflower.
I don't want it.
I'll ask how much for like a couple of apples and some broccoli.
She just says, a copper or two.
Well, fresh fruit's always good on the road.
I don't think broccoli's fruit.
Well, vegetables.
From the picture book I had as a kid.
She says, what brings you guys to town as the dwarf is working away on the bellows trying to get that fire stoked.
The old pastor Abrams hired the guild to come in and take a look at the wyverns.
Oh, finally, some help.
We're going to try.
A group of 3 from Perth came in a few weeks ago, just kind of vanished.
Vanished.
Were they hired to help too?
And she nods, and then the dwarf pipes in. They came in here looking for crossbow ammo, but we don't make that kind of stuff here.
Oh.
Mm.
What kind of stuff do you make?
He points to the wall full of farming tools.
They have pitchforks and they have a shovel and then they have the smaller bendy shovel and then the pokey looking thing. Nothing I think we need.
You wouldn't happen to have anything that has acid resistance?
He just looks dumbfounded.
I thought I'd ask.
What? Acid resistance? Why?
Wyverns are breathing acid?
Melting your sheeps.
Never hurts to ask.
Maybe some kind of never mind.
Like a shield, an acid resistant shield.
Stenel's just like poking the air.
I was thinking like a
How many children we can use as
parasol
like meat bait?
Do you have any sheep for sale, or do you know of someone who might have sheep for sale? We may need a sheep.
Yeah, if you stop at any farmer's house,
That's what the last person said.
I'm sure they'll sell you something.
We should go get Singer and then go get a sheep.
I think we're heading out in the morning. We just do it in the morning.
We're heading out now. We want to catch them while they're trapped.
It's
by
probably
the...
like 4:30-ish.
We spent 3 hours poking around shops.
Well, he said midday, and midday back then.
I thought midday would be noonish. Damn, how the time flies in this tiny, tiny town. Let's get out of here.
Right. I'll put a silver down.
This is too much.
I'll just walk away. My apples and broccoli.
And when she's trying to give it back, the dwarf's like, no.
I was like nod and take a bite of my apple and walk out the door.
And it's a very sweet apple.
Just look at her boots. She's fine. I will go.
These are on loan
All
from
right.
Arabella of Perth.
Let's
And she
go.
just looks longingly at them.
Yeah, let's go find Singer.
All right. So the quest for the sheep continues. Will the adventurers meet up in the Black Sheep Tavern? Will they find sheep to use as bait? Who knows? Next time on Total Party Guild.
Remember to send us your memes and dice pics on Twitter and Instagram at Total Party Guild or #Topagu, and join our Facebook page, facebook.com/TotalPartyGuild. We have a modest website, TotalPartyGuild.com, where we are setting up a wiki, our blog and info on the cast, interviews with the characters, and details about the continent of Arosa.
Be sure to rate and review us on your podcast platform of choice. It's especially important to get us seen and promoted. If you love it, others might too. A guild of many defeats more monsters.
Party on!